20 लाख स्कूल्स हैं इंडिया में, जिसमें से सिर्फ 600 स्कूल 600 स्कूल्स आर कैम्ब्रिज स्कूल्स. और उस 600 स्कूल्स में मैक्सिमम हर स्कूल में 100 बच्चे होंगे जो कैम्ब्रिज का एग्जाम लिखता है. दैट मीन्स वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट 50,000 चिल्ड्रन, 50,000 चिल्ड्रन इंडिया में who are writing Cambridge examination. आपका बच्चा एक होगा. Your child will be one of those children who has an international Cambridge certification in Boisar. Think about that, and what a gift it will be for your child.
I'm delighted to welcome to this podcast Willibrord G, who's the chairman of the St George's Educational Trust. Very, very nice to meet you, Willie, again. And particularly at Boisar, a really important branch of the St Willibrord chain. Tell me a bit about why parents should trust their children to be part of Boisar.
Well, excellent question, Robert. I think I'm also, with your permission, going to try and speak in some Hindi so that people can also understand, and I can also practice a little bit of Hindi. Parents want the best for their child. अपने सारे parents को हमारे खुद के बच्चों के लिए सबसे अच्छा चीज चाहिए. They need the best for their child. And parents don't know. Parents को पता नहीं रहता है कि सबसे अच्छा चीज क्या है. What is best for their child? They don't know. The reason is because हमें स्कूल के बारे में क्या पता है. What do we know about school? We only think जो स्कूल में हम पढ़े हैं, the school in which we have learned, right? Those are the schools that are there. So parents have no idea about what is the latest trend in education. Parents don't know what's happening outside the world. Boisar जैसा जगह is almost 2 hours, 3 hours away from Mumbai. Mumbai is the commercial capital of India. And children in Mumbai probably get a different sort of experience in education. क्योंकि लिए मुंबई में शायद टीचर्स अलग हैं, स्कूल्स अलग हैं. मुंबई में शायद जो बच्चे हैं वो बच्चे अलग हैं. The children are also different. The community is also different. And also ज्यादा करके ऐसे बताया जाता है कि मुंबई में पैसा है और जहां पे पैसा है वहां पे ऑप्शंस है. Because there's so much money in Mumbai, there are options that people get. बोईसर, पालघर, धानु, ये सारे एरियाज में लोगों के पास ऑप्शंस नहीं मिलता. एंड ये सोच के मुझे बहुत दुख होता है. आई फील वेरी सैड व्हेन आई नो दैट पीपल इन प्लेसेस अवे फ्रॉम द सिटी वेयर इट मे नॉट बी कमर्शियली वायबल, दे डोंट हैव ऑप्शंस. एंड इन ऑर्डर टू प्रोवाइड ऑप्शंस टू द चिल्ड्रन एंड पीपल ऑफ बोईसर, वी स्टार्टेड आवर स्कूल हियर. हम बहुत आराम से हमारा स्कूल स्टेट बोर्ड कर सकते थे या ICSE कर सकते थे या CBSE स्कूल कर सकते हैं, बट वी चोज कैम्ब्रिज स्कूल. द रीजन वी चोज कैम्ब्रिज स्कूल इज बिकॉज वी बिलीव इन दैट करिकुलम. उनका जो मेथड है, मेथडोलॉजी है, समझाने का तरीका, सीखने का तरीका, जो बच्चों को टेस्ट करने का तरीका, द वे यू टेस्ट चिल्ड्रन इन कैम्ब्रिज बोर्ड, दैट इटसेल्फ इज सो डिफरेंट. एंड इंडिया में हम सबको पता है कि अगर आप एग्जाम चेंज करोगे तो टीचिंग चेंज होता है, लर्निंग चेंज होता है. What basically it means is when you change the assessment, that's when the learning and the teaching changes.
Yeah.
So because of that, we wanted to bring an option for people so that they have better choice. And with better choice, they can make wiser choices, wiser decisions, which may be beneficial for their children.
Great, absolutely. So do you have welcome days and open afternoons for parents to come and visit the school and speak to Mary and yourself?
Well, actually, that's such a great idea. And we want to do those things now. We want to call more parents. हमें हमारे local community के parents को invite करना है. तो हम अभी once in a month या twice in a month हम एक open days करेंगे जहाँ पे parents of other schools or just anybody who want to know more about the school can come to the school, talk to our teachers, talk to our principal. See, everything is a work in progress. हम एक option, एक बेहतरीन option आपके बच्चों के लिए ला रहे हैं. We are bringing a better option for children. And it is a work in progress. It is a journey of discovery together. And in this journey, nothing but good can happen. So I think meeting parents, जब अलग-अलग लोग आते हैं हमारे स्कूल में, हम उनसे सीख सकते हैं. We can learn from them. And we can create a school for the community. जो school होता है ना, the job of a school is to serve its children. That is the job of the school.
Absolutely.
And we would want to do that more and more.
And what about Cambridge International? How do you help parents understand what's required of their children under the Cambridge International specification?
I am so happy you asked this question. ये जो सवाल आपने पूछा है कि कैम्ब्रिज के बारे में हम लोगों को कैसे समझाते हैं, कैम्ब्रिज के बारे में हम लोगों को कैसे सिखाते हैं, हमें ऐसा लगता था कि आप बच्चों को अलग तरीके से सिखाओ. वी यूज्ड टू थिंक यू जस्ट टीच अ चाइल्ड डिफरेंटली एंड पेरेंट्स विल सी द डिफरेंस. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं होता है, बिकॉज जो प्रोसेस होता है, जो इनपुट होता है, जिस तरीके से एक बच्चे को हम सिखाते हैं, जो बोलते हैं, देयर आर सो मेनी इनटेंजिबल थिंग्स दैट हैपन इनसाइड अ क्लासरूम जो दिखता नहीं है. पेरेंट को क्या दिखता है? पेरेंट को सिर्फ होमवर्क दिखता है. पेरेंट ओनली सीज होमवर्क. पेरेंट को सिर्फ नंबर दिखता है एग्जाम में. या पेरेंट, एवरी टाइम अ चाइल्ड गोज होम, पेरेंट्स आस्क द चाइल्ड ओनली वन थिंग, आपने क्लास में क्या सीखा? अ चाइल्ड इज ऑलवेज आस्क्ड, व्हाट डिड यू लर्न इन स्कूल टुडे? बट दैट क्वेश्चन इटसेल्फ is not a question that will tell you everything about what the child has experienced, because education and learning is an experience. Our parents must ask children, what did you think today in school? What did you learn today that is helping you change your perspective? देखो, बदलाव, change, upgradation, as our principal always says, Mary Madam, she says, we all want upgradation. That is the key that we need to do. So what we are now going to do is going to do more workshops for parents. Parents को हम बुलाएंगे और हम workshops करेंगे. छोटी छोटी चीजों के बारे में बताएंगे. We will show you one concept and how that is being taught in a regular school versus how that is approached in a Cambridge school. So with that, we hope that parents will be able to see the difference. And I also wanted to point out one thing. हम सबको पता है कि high marks has no correlation with happiness and success in life. High marks has no direct correlation with happiness and success in life. So we need to find out कि आगे जाते हुए, as we move forward in life for our children, we want our children to be happy. We want our children to be successful. We want our children to master themselves. इसीलिए in Boisar we are telling parents today, हम parents को बोल रहे हैं कि send your child to any school you want for pre-primary or primary. But for secondary, send them to our school because that option is available to you today. आपके लिए वो option है. Join our school in 6th standard, in 7th standard, in 8th standard, so that we can train your child. We can help your child discover his passions, discover his genius. And जो certificate, the certificate that your child will get, आपके बच्चे को जो certificate मिलेगा वो international certificate होगा. इंडिया में all over India, there are 20 lakh schools, 20 लाख schools है इंडिया में, जिसमें से सिर्फ 600 स्कूल, 600 schools are Cambridge schools. और उस 600 schools में मैक्सिमम हर स्कूल में 100 बच्चे होंगे जो कैम्ब्रिज का एग्जाम लिखता है. That means we are talking about 50,000 children. 50,000 children India में who are writing Cambridge examination. आपका बच्चा एक होगा. Your child will be one of those children who has an international Cambridge certification in Boisar. Think about that, and what a gift it will be for your child.
And is it possible for potential new parents to the school to meet the parents of existing students to talk about their experiences?
Yes, I think वो बहुत जरूरी चीज है. In today's time, we all believe in reviews, and we all believe in what other customers experience about a particular product, and we encourage that. आप प्लीज आइए, हमारे पेरेंट्स से मिलिए, बात कीजिए. अंडरस्टैंड दैट वी आर एन इनोवेटिव स्कूल. इनोवेशन मीन्स हम अलग अलग चीजें ट्राई करते हैं. कुछ फेल होता है, कुछ अच्छा, कुछ सक्सीड होता है. जो सक्सीड होता है उसका बहुत बड़ा फायदा होता है, उसका बहुत बड़ा एक इम्पैक्ट होता है बच्चों पे. हम ऐसा एक स्कूल है जो एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं, जो इनोवेशन लाते हैं. हम बाहर जाते हैं, हम अलग अलग लोगों से सीखते हैं, और वो नई चीजें हम हमारे स्कूल में ले आते हैं. And that is what our children need. Our children see that we are doing this, new things. मेरा एक ही प्रार्थना है आपके साथ. My request is, when you talk to other parents, ask them the right questions. Ask them questions like, how do you see your child improving? What did you see is different in your child? Has your child started thinking more? हमें लगता है कि we think thinking is an automatic thing. It's not. Thinking को सिखाना पड़ता है. और कहाँ सिखाते हैं? घर पे तो आप नहीं सिखाते. तो कहाँ सिखाते हैं? You don't teach thinking at home. The only time that children get some structured training is in school. 13,000 hours is what a child spends in school. 13,000 hours. There are 200 days in a school year, 6 hours in a school. That's around 6 into 200 is, I don't know, it's about 1,200 hours in a year into 10 years. 13,000 ghante, 13,000 hours is what a child spends in school. If that 13,000 hours is spent well, even if you have lost the first 7,000 hours, it's okay. Get the act right. Me, myself, in my own school, when I was a student, I was in a school till 7th standard, and I shifted in 7th standard from one school to another school. And I joined St. Augustine School in Vasai in 8th standard, 8th, 9th, and 10th. My life changed in 8th, 9th, and 10th. बिकॉज 8वीं में और 7वीं में 8वीं में बच्चा आपका थोड़ा सा और मेच्योर है. He understands. He is able to get inspired by people. He is able to understand new concepts, difficult things. He's developing a sense of identity. My life changed when I changed my school. And in 8th, 9th, and 10th standard, that set the course for everything I did in my life after that. So I believe that the first growth spurt in a child, the first growth spurt in a child is in the pre-primary years, before 5. The brain develops up to 80-90% before 5 years old. The second growth spurt comes when the child is just before their teenagers, right? And that is the perfect time, 6th standard, 7th standard, 8th standard. Many times fathers and mothers, maybe more fathers, are late bloomers. They suddenly start taking interest in their children when they're in 5th standard and 6th standard. That is the time you should get a great school. So I invite, मैं बोईसर के सारे पेरेंट्स को इनवाइट करता हूँ कि अगर आपका बच्चा 6th standard में है या 7th standard में या 8th standard में, consider this option for you so that we can really give your child an advantage.
Great. That's really nice to hear. So what about parents contacting school? What are the ways in which schools communicate with parents? Because as a parent, you want to know how your child is doing. So what are the various ways in which the school at Boisar communicates with parents?
So at Boisar, we have a small, intimate school, right? So we are a small learning community. हमारा full focus है कि हमारा पूरे school में 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th में we have only 250 children. एक छोटा learning community. So the fact that this is a small, family-oriented organization, you will be able to walk into school and meet our principals, meet our teachers. Of course, we would want to make sure that you're not walking in at a time when other children are put at risk, right? So after school, half an hour after school, teachers are always in school after the children leave. So we would encourage parents to come and sit with us and understand. पेरेंट्स को ये देखना है कि आपको अपना टीचर को आपका पार्टनर बनाना. लाइक बोथ ऑफ यू आर ट्राइंग टू हेल्प द चाइल्ड. आपको एक स्कूल का टीचर को आपका लाइक अ रिले रेस है वो, कि आपका बच्चा अभी मेरे पास है फॉर द नेक्स्ट 5 hours, उसके बाद मैं आपके बच्चे को आपके पास वापस देता हूँ. सो व्हेन योर चाइल्ड इज विद मी, आई एम द टीचर, राइट? एंड व्हेन द चाइल्ड इज विद you are the teacher. So that is the kind of relationship we need. और for that relationship, वो relationship को बरकरार रखने के लिए, बढ़ाने के लिए, develop करने के लिए, we invite you to come and meet our teachers after school, meet our principal and understand the pedagogy and the vision.
And some parents want to know that it's a disciplined environment as well for pupils. I mean, what do you do in the case of bullying, or what do you do in the case of student absence?
This is a wonderful question. Being a smaller school, देखो जब भी आप एज पेरेंट्स आपको भी वो एक्सपीरियंस है, जब भी 2, 3 या 4 बच्चे हैं, it's so easy for you to just request children, please maintain silence, please respect each other, please maintain decorum. And the minute that group becomes 10, 15, 20, then you start shouting and yelling, hey, stop, everyone, you blow the whistle, you lose it. And when it becomes larger than that, when you have 50, 100, and 200 people, you just set up rules, systems, and policies that are insensitive. So the fact that we are a small, intimate school automatically encourages our community to become more aware and respectful with each other. Having said that, the job of a school is to make sure that the children that come out of their school are ready to thrive in society, right? So we try and do everything we can to make sure that our children are consistently learning and improving and developing in that front.
And what about if I'm a parent with a concern about my student? What should I do?
Well, every parent should be concerned about their children. आज के तारीख में दुनिया इतना change हो रहा है. NEP, National Education Policy, new subjects, new methodologies, new subject combinations, new methods of examinations, assessments, so much of change. And in all this change, parents don't know what to do, right? Parents have a big idea. They don't have an idea of what to do. So definitely a parent has to be concerned, and every parent needs to have a trusting relationship with their school. अगर आपका स्कूल का प्रिंसिपल केयर करता है, अगर आपका स्कूल का टीचर केयर करता है, she cares for your child, she loves your child, she loves her job. अगर उनको लगता है कि उनको रिस्पेक्ट मिलता है स्कूल में, अगर उनको लगता है कि पेरेंट्स उनको रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं, पेरेंट्स रिस्पेक्ट द टीचर, all that respect, all that reverence, all that investment ensures that there is an environment that can help deal with things that come up. Things will come up. Schools will fall short. Parents will fall short. Children will behave like children because that is what they do, right? So we need to ensure that the relationship that we all have amongst all of us is true and is focused and centered on the child.
Yeah, channels of communication are always open, aren't they, in the best schools?
Yes.
And parents are very much encouraged to be part of things and to understand the curriculum. You don't want parents to feel stupid or silly. You want to ask questions.
Yes. Yes, and the thing about questions, we don't ask questions when we are only stupid. It's not an indicator of comprehension.
No such thing as a stupid question.
Exactly. You ask questions because you're interested. You're genuinely curious. You want to know more. You think that what was being said is significant and it holds value, and you want to contribute to that conversation, or you want to contribute to that outcome. And that is what makes questions really important. Somehow in schools, they have made it sound that if you have a question, you probably didn't understand. And that's why teachers will run a whole class and then say, any questions? Right? And that's the absolute wrong time to ask that question. If you ask teachers, many teachers from normal schools, if you ask them, do you teach well? And many of the teachers say, I took a class for 45 minutes. Nobody asked a question. That means everybody understood. And that's absolute hogwash. That doesn't work, right? You and I know that. That doesn't work. So I think the more questions you ask allows you to understand something deeper and better. And the fact that you are vulnerable and you're humble, I think that brings you to greatness.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Willie. Really nice to speak to you again. And really great to be back in school.
Thank you, Robert. And it's so wonderful having you here in Boisar, because the people of Boisar need to understand that there is an option for them, and an option that can put their child at an advantage.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for amplifying aspects of our school that people need to know.
Pleasure.